times. So anyway, hi everyone. I'm Ronnie Cheema,
And I'm Jacinda Contreras.
and we have an untitled videocast here, and we are going to have you join us on the adventure to starting it. And now we're going to act like you're not here. So, just send anything else you want to share.
Yeah, I feel like acting like nobody is here or we don't have an audience is the act because we always act like we have an audience. I feel like the
Facts.
universe is my audience. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, someone's always watching.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing
Creeper.
this, by the way, because I have a stack of papers now,
I know
like
that's
in
so
front of me.
official. I just say, should I do this with my pen too? Write that down. Yeah. It's the dipping mode, the diving and the dipping.
Exactly.
That's the key. Yeah. Okay.
So we're so I did an Enneagram thing today. You know what
Yeah,
that
I'm
is?
curious about this. I do
Okay.
know what an Enneagram is, and I have I may have taken like an online Enneagram test, like what are your numbers, blah blah blah, or something like that.
Okay, that's
Um,
something else.
but that's as far. Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. So
Yes.
you tell
Okay.
me.
So
Yeah.
Enneagram, I'm gonna spell it. I gotta look
Okay.
for the spelling. Nope. I opened up Substack. Enneagram. ENN. It went away because of my. All right.
I want to. Okay,
E
because I'm
N
psychic.
N
Yeah.
E
Okay, go ahead.
A
Hmm.
GRAM.
Hmm.
Okay. Because then there's another, like, any, like an any. Okay. Like, so
Uh-huh.
people like, oh, my numbers are E and Q
Oh,
P R S. Yeah.
that's different. That's a different thing.
Exactly. So an Enneagram is, so I learned this. Want to give credit to the person who I learned this from this morning, Mami Onami, which is like Mother Great Wave or Great Wave or whatever, is the name, I believe. I don't know if she gave herself that or she was born Onami. That would be dope. Anyway, um, she teaches like everything. Black magic, red magic, white magic, Enneagram.
Nice.
She's dipping into human design after she's like really like I guess learned her shit more.
Yeah.
So today, uh I'm gonna say for everyone who's watching, I was like, hey, Jacinda, we had one call so far, Jacinda and I, on how to start this podcast. We have a notion, and then I went, oh, we're gonna do things differently. I've been doing some work over here. So the
It already
Enneagram,
looks like black magic.
it's already looks
It
like
totally
black
looks like
magic.
witch's scrawl. Yeah, exactly. Go
Exactly.
ahead.
So it's something that I remember hearing first with Nikola Tesla and how he used the Enneagram. And the whole thing, and this is my notes on Enneagram. Literally, I'm gonna close that. That's
Mhm.
it. Circle is time. Law is
So this
three.
is
Because
really
she was
well
like,
researched.
pew, pew,
It's in depth. You
pew.
did the thorough
And that, I was like, that's
law.
all I got. And
Law
then,
three done.
and there is a YouTube video. So maybe we'll link it down below. So, because she's doing it for the
Yeah,
next
that'd
couple
be
of
helpful.
Thursdays. And it's free. It's like very generous of her.
Mhm.
So, and then most of the notes were taken here because this is the most important thing. And
Mhm.
so I color coded it, my Virgo sun. The black is the notes of the description of the person. So an Enneagram is how you should start every fucking thing in your life. Because time, as we all know, time is not linear. In this case,
Mhm.
it's a circle. I do not
Mhm.
believe time is a circle, but the way we could best sort of explain it is not a straight line, but a circle or a spiral. I just see everything not even layered. It's all existing all at once. It's a soup. It's a soup. I love soup. So
All right. I get it.
I love
But the way
soup.
you're describing it sounds like a black hole, which also is like no space and time. Everything collapsed all in the
That's
same little
soup.
spot. Yeah. And it
Yeah, I like
isn't
the
a
way you just
black hole
you
galaxy soup. It's like galactic soup. But
you
I've
were
always thought of it
correct.
as a vacuum cleaner.
The
Yeah. Mhm.
way like astrophysicists would explain a black hole is how everything gets condensed into each other. That is the best way to
Condensed
describe
soup,
its condensed
bouillon
soup.
cubes.
Don't get me started on Campbell's and what I learned about Campbell's today.
That's a
Nobody should
different
be
pot.
shopping any Campbell's products.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
so that thank you. That is like the best way to describe it. But and then in my head, it feels like if it's pulling information in from space and condensing it, there's still a layering. But
Mm,
because
mm.
it's so condensed,
Yeah.
um, is it even layered or does it all get melded together? So I feel like the black hole, like the point, is literally like the dot, like the boop on the paper, and that is what a black hole is of all the
Okay.
information. So thank you
Got
for,
it.
I love that. I love that. So this is not a black hole. I'm going to share. So this is seeing
Time is a
our
circle. That's how we got there. Yeah.
those few notes right there. Um, the example she gave was like there were so many examples. You know me, I love examples. First, she used the book and how those are the notes I covered because she was moving so quickly. That a book, how do you have the idea for a book and then you do the outline and then you're like, okay, am I going to go the traditional route? Oh my God, thinking of Britten and her book, right? She goes, I wrote the information.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll put it out there. It's out of
Hmm.
my hands because it's done. Now someone else
Publishers get a
comes in
hold
and
of
then when
it. Yeah. She
she
just
got
did
it,
the
it's
content.
glossy pages. And like I knew that and I felt that. I was like, oh, glossy pages. So I understood that. So the way we think of things are very, very linear. But what the Enneagram does, maybe I'll do like a cleaner one. What the with the Sharpie, all my pens are
Hmm.
gonna fall. If you hear a crash, it's because they're leaning on my sunflower seed butter that's on my my desk right now. Because
Super
whatever. All
stable. I
right.
like the metaphors of everything that you're doing right now. You're like, if you hear a crash, that's not spirit confirmation. That's
That's
my
the
instinct.
sunflower seed butter holding up my entire pen case that was sitting on a little book of Post-its because I didn't
Oh,
realize it was
oh,
there. All right, so you got
connection.
the circle. It looks like an
Yeah.
alien head, but you have the circle, it is time. And
Hmm.
then the triangle underneath,
Hmm.
or I guess, yeah, I'll still do it my way that I see it. The
Okay.
triangle is the law of three. What is the law of three? I don't remember. Do you? Do you know?
Yeah, there's like a symmetry, equality. There's also something like heaven, earth, and then man, like human beings, if you want to be gender neutral. So the law of three is like one of three is the magic number. Thank you, De La Soul, 3 feet high and rising. So there's a lot of mysticism involved with the law of three.
Yeah. Thank you. So then there's a bunch of numbers. So we have zero because that's the starting point. The way she described it was like, this is the womb. She even used the menstrual cycle as an example. And I just finished mine. So I was like, every time you
Mhm.
have your cycle, it's like a new. Like you're
Mhm.
shedding, you're working shit out, and then you got to get the egg, which is three. The egg is the
Mhm.
passive, is the best way she was like describing it.
Okay, so we're going from one to three. We're not going to two, and
No.
that's significant. Okay.
And I forgot why. I gotta wait for part two next week.
That's right too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You got it.
And then we go to six. Because
What?
and
Okay.
six
Go
is the
ahead.
sperm. This is the active.
Oh.
So the
Okay.
clearing, the you have to start from somewhere. What
Hmm.
example was here? The neutral. It's the neutral.
Hmm.
It's the womb up here.
Okay.
And she also described it as the kitchen. So then she did again the food. Food I resonated because I love three-star Michelin restaurants. So the kitchen is a clean slate, right?
Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
then I forgot what happens in the kitchen at three, so we'll do the womb again. Neutral womb. The egg is passive. It's just chilling. The egg isn't gonna move to the sperm. The sperm is the action. The action
Hmm.
active is the sperm, and it's the thing that has to do the job to get to the egg.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions yet?
Not yet. I
Okay.
think
You
I am
will.
following along for sure. Okay.
And then you have the nine. So it's 0 and 9 are actually the same because it's the womb. As we could think of it that way. I could also do the restaurant one, the
Okay.
Michelin star
Yeah.
restaurant one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we have the empty womb.
Hmm.
The shedding and all that stuff happened. It is prepared for the egg to drop,
Hmm.
and then the
Okay.
egg sits there
Hmm.
and waits for the activation. And
Hmm.
then you give birth, expel that, and then
Ah.
you're neutral again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Mm.
So I'm gonna do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So it's all the way around. Um, the way she now this part I don't understand, but she did this example of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So there's something here. Now I'm gonna fuck all this up. I'm not gonna try to do it perfectly. And it goes this way. Everything goes this way in terms of
Okay.
the 0, 3, 0, 9, 3, 6, and back. It goes in
Hmm.
that direction. But within it, the time of how you initiate something is not. So
Okay.
now we're gonna do math. I already did math on
Hmm.
paper. One, guys, watch the video. You two just send out. I'll find the video and I'm gonna send it to you.
Don't
So the
worry. We'll get that. Yeah.
one has to connect to the seven. We do,
Okay.
for whatever reason,
Uh-huh.
we do 1 divided by 7, which
Okay.
equals 0.1428571, blah, blah, blah. But
Hmm.
this is where those additional lines come in. And I'm actually going to do them in an R. Oh, hot pink. Let me just move this pen
Ooh,
thing.
I love that.
Okay. So the math,
Hmm.
1 divided by 7. Don't ask me why we did with that. But this is the sequence of how to lay out the
Uh-huh.
order of how everything needs to be done for a launch or
Okay.
a project or whatever. So like for the book, for example. So we're
Hmm.
going from 1 to 4
Okay.
and then 4 to 2. Because
Hmm.
remember, we did the math. 1 divided by 7 is 1.428, whatever. And then
Oh,
from
okay. Okay.
2 to 8,
Hmm.
8 to 5,
Hmm.
uh, 5 to 7, and
Hmm.
then 7 to 1.
Got it.
Okay. And
Hmm.
then the way she gave an example to someone about their business. And she
Hmm.
goes, let's pick someone on the Zoom call. All right, hey, is it okay if I work with you? What are you launching? And I said, I'm launching a coaching business for men.
Mm.
Her response, Mami Onami, was beautiful. She said, I want to point out how big women think and how small men think. Because what would a woman say? They would say, kind of like what Britain talks about, for the person in the crossroads of massive transformation who's looking for live their wildest dreams. Da 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 da
Yeah.
da. I am the
Hmm.
person who's going to support you and da da da. But this person said, I'm launching a coaching business for men. So that was really
Hmm.
impactful and I feel like deeply healing too, because how many women feel like they're too much and they're too big and they're thinking too big and everybody shuts them down. Who shuts them down? The patriarchy, man. This isn't what this is about. But it triggered something. And
Yeah, apparently.
she even Mami Onami even recommended a book called Understanding Men by
Hmm.
Alison Armstrong. because it's funny. She goes, the book, she wrote two books, Understanding Women and
Mhm.
Understanding Men. And one of the books is way the fuck thicker than the other one. And
Oh,
I
that's
forget.
funny.
And she goes, and that's why it makes so much sense. The idea of like thinking bigger, smaller, whatever. So
Right.
now, so she used that example and it was, okay, what is the first thing? It's about launching. No. The goal is to launch. Like the order of it was the example. Now you need the verb and the adjective. So I
Mhm.
am launching a coaching business. Okay, give me another adjective. So then it was like she was coaching them through it. She's a great
Mhm.
coach. She's coaching them through it. And they said, she's like, you need an adjective. So it was successful. I'm launching a successful travel
Mm.
business. Great. And then the zero was the coaching business, the concepts. For us, totally gonna fuck this up. For us,
Okay.
it's not a coaching business, it's a video cast, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Video cast. I'm gonna write it in green. Wait.
Exactly. Thank you for doing it the right way. Yeah, I feel like a part of this is little Mad Libs, and I think that Mad Libs it must be some sort of magic spell because everybody uses it. Britain used it. This lady's using it, and
Oh,
I
she
know
did,
marketing
Britain.
books use it. Mad Libs, where
Oh,
you
Matt.
just like,
Oh, right.
okay, I have a sentence, fill in the blank situation. Yeah.
Exactly. So then from we're actually gonna jump. So what did I say? This is
Mhm.
neutral.
This is yeah,
This is
that's
the
neutral.
neutral. I spelled it
That's
wrong.
where we start.
And then the passive is the egg, which I don't fully understand. I
Hmm.
understand the concept of the egg just sitting there.
Yeah.
So then does that mean we are just sitting there?
Right? Like, is it the project or is it us? Is the project passive because we haven't initiated the project? Project doesn't have the fertilization yet. The project isn't fertile yet, fertilized. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not us. Yeah, it's the project is infertile.
Yeah.
It's an egg that needs the action.
Yeah.
So happening to it. And yeah. So I get
I
that.
can keep going.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I want
Okay.
to see what it looks.
So then
So
you
if we
can see
start out,
how, yeah. And I'm going to do those in green, the boop,
okay,
boop, boop. So I've
okay,
only given the zero a specific like thing.
okay.
Then I'll use, I love my colors. And then I'm going to use, Jesus, Ronnie, pick something. I'm going to use this like brick color. All right. So
Okay.
number one is intention. So we
Oh,
go
I like that
from the
already.
video cast to number
Hmm.
one, which is
Hmm.
the intention. So the intention also, what is our intent with this? What,
Hmm.
and like for the guy who wants to start that business, I'm launching a successful. So for her example was clearly define the also the success. So what is our intention? And we could have like how he said, we are launching a video cast
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
people. I don't know what to, for people. And we don't know what
Oh,
those people are,
yeah,
right?
let's
Maybe
go with
that's something else we
intention.
need to get clear on. And that also brings us to our intention.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so. I think, yeah, we can do that meditation. We can figure that out and
Okay.
find out, yeah, what does our audience look like? Because we have different ideas, maybe of who is going to be listening to us in our audience.
Yeah.
I heard something else which was like really good today for me, anyways. I don't know if that's for here or for something else, but it was on Instagram. Britain said, like, people, talk about reasonable manifestation goals. And she's like, well, like, don't go from zero to 1,000 or one from 1,000 if you only have like one or three clients. How about you have one client, you're just like, I know that there's one more client out
Yeah.
there. So the idea of making it like, oh yeah, it's like there's a ton of podcasts, but I know that there's people out there, one person that is going to like this podcast. And
Yeah.
then when they do, and then it's like, I know there's one more out there or
Well,
three more out there. Yeah.
and that's why I feel like that's what I did with my client avatar. I don't know
Hmm.
if I've,
Yeah.
yeah. So just a brief recap. It's like for everyone else, the client avatar wasn't like a Forbes or Inc. 5000, Forbes, whatever. It was no demographic. It was one person I was talking to. One person what is their ethnicity, what's their hair texture, what's their favorite lipstick, what is their travel pain points, what is like, how did they used to travel, et cetera, et cetera. And I would only write to that one person. So for here, maybe it's something we can consider having talking about who that person is.
Yeah, for sure. I think
And then
so.
you
I
talked
think
about the meditation. So,
yeah, and that's like a different part of it too. Like
oh, right. Is it the
the
younger one?
meditation has the meditation has more to do with less of a description, like what kind of lipstick they like, and
Right.
more of a like where are they at in their life? What are they thinking? What's their thing? Because the meditation was about maiden mother crone. So like internally, what are they going through
Yeah.
that we're putting this out there? And I think because for this video cast, it's not a self-help video cast. We're not, or
No.
I found a better word actually, as self-efficacy is a better word than self-help.
Ooh.
Uh, I know, I like that too. It was in that Rage Becomes Her book. Okay, anyways, I feel like so Maiden Mother Crone may not be the archetypes that we need for any meditation or discussion of who
Yeah.
our audience is. And also, I want to include publicly that our original intention, we did this like last week or the first week that we met, and we are like, we want people to feel seen
Yep.
and felt. We want to be seen, witnessed, and felt. And we want to make money. We want to make this successful. We
Yeah.
want to make this a business that is stable. I feel like I can add to that too. Yeah, hells yeah. I want to be rich. I want to be pentacled up. I want to be
Yeah.
wealthy. And I also do want to grow more like products and items and services and
Yeah.
fun things for people. I do want there to be this element of fun. And in order to have that growth, it does take money. It does take, yeah, cash.
And
So I like that idea of being part of
and
it too.
that's something that she also brought up in this. Everything like that you
Mm.
talked about too. So
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
passive, there we go. The passive is like the products. So like
Okay.
she has a lot of products. She has books, she has a school that you can watch like previous videos and things like that. So
Oh,
that's
mhm.
I remember that's the passive, something that can sort of sit there and get
Mhm.
activated by, I
Mhm.
wrote sperm, get activated by the sperm. So the intention of what it is that we're doing. And then
Mhm.
where do we go after one?
We go to four.
Yay, we go to four. And the four is the limitations. She said limitations, but I also wrote capacity. So when we go
Oh,
into
like
video
that.
cast, great intention.
Mhm.
And then what is our intention? What is that? And I feel like that's something that we could, more homework. I feel like that's something we can also
Bring
like
it down.
do it ourselves.
Mhm.
Limitations and how we can do it ourselves and
Yeah.
um and then work with each other like over our voice notes on Telegram.
Mhm.
But that's what it feels. So it's intention and limitations and capacity. Okay, so your
Mhm.
intent, our intention is to be of service to people, but also have this be a source of income for us.
Yeah.
Um, and what are the limitations behind that? So for this person, the coaching example was then, well, then how many clients?
I need to break you right now. My camera just readjusted its view because I was over here.
Did
And
it?
now like I
Oh,
don't know how yeah, it
it
automatically like moved itself. That was
go down, go somewhere. Go
I
that
like
way.
for, when we first
It
started, it was point the red square was center and now it is over
I
there and I
believe
did
you
not move my
because
camera.
when you came back center, it focused again. Still way
Yeah.
better camera than Proton. So Proton, we would love for you to sponsor. We
Yeah.
know that your video meeting thing is in beta, but these are the kinds of conversations people are having, and we would like those private too.
Hmm.
So Proton, you can be our sponsor. We can beta test your product.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly. It's a Proton.
Uh, okay, so great. So we,
Limitation capacity. The amount of
Yeah.
people, you were at the people part. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're coaching, then what are your prices? Okay, if you have that a particular goal, your intention is to make $1 million in a year through coaching, how many clients are you taking on? What is your capacity? What is your limitation?
Mm.
Okay. And then from four,
Okay.
where are we going?
Mhm. Let's see. From four, we are going to two.
Yes. Which also I
That's
could have
heavy.
put little arrows. I put arrows on that one.
Oh, good. So you knew. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I should whatever. I
Don't
should
worry.
whatever.
Exactly.
So next is the tools.
Hmm.
What kind of tools could we use? Now we see our limitation or
Hmm.
capacity. So for example, she used Alison Armstrong's book and how that could be a tool. She even
Mm.
mentioned Robbins code on IG. I
Hmm.
think that's Tony Robbins. He has really great
Oh.
like a lot of not one-liners, but like whatever for specifically
Mhm.
men. Like women get a lot of it, but like men, like he knows poof how to
Yeah.
talk to them.
Yeah. He's got the
So
energetics for men.
yeah. So that's what she said too. Onami. She
Oh.
used yeah, the
Mhm.
energetics.
Makes
So
sense.
what kind of tools could we have to solve the issue of limitations? And that could be, does that mean then there's a program? Does it mean, I guess for Mami Onami, there's a school because she wants to be of service to so many people, but she also has
Hmm.
children. She has a
Hmm.
husband. She has a life she wants to live, right? She wants to have fun and enjoy her life. So then also has her school where she could be of service to multiple people at one time.
Hmm.
So that's how that works. Okay, so then from two, we go to
Let's see. Two's over to eight.
yes. So 2 to 8. Because remember, this is not linear. We have to think about all these
Mhm.
different things. And that is retention. So this one hit me hard. Retention is your rec for that for the example of coaching, the recurring clients. Um, and then she moved into food analogies. I'm like, oh, come on, you could have just stuck with the food the whole time. Um, dessert on the house.
Oh, really?
Like
Dessert is on the house? Is that like
yeah.
a,
Like you give
that's
them
a
the check
thing?
and you also give them the dessert. And it's not about
Dang. You know,
sweetening the fact that they're spending so much money. It's just like,
yeah,
how do you get them to come back? And of course, you
they
gave
do
more
that in
examples,
Asian
but go ahead.
restaurants. They do that in a lot of restaurants that are
Yeah.
not like white coated and stuff like
Fruits.
that, where it's like you just, yeah, you get
Yeah.
your free mandarins. Sometimes you get like free sago or like red
Yeah.
bean soup. Yeah, exactly.
So another example she gave was for every no, which is good,
Hmm.
like for a coach, for every no, you want to have a way of keeping that person's information still. They're like, okay, well, I just want you to know you're not the only person who shared these thoughts with me. So I'm going to, and she does. That's why she has so much free stuff too. Um, I'm going to curate something or create something. We'll see down the line what comes up. Something that could
Hmm.
fit, like, what is your capacity? What is your, because
Hmm.
not only does, and I do that with coaching. I can't do that with travel, the retreats, because
Yeah, not the same
it is
dynamic
what it
where,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
But when it
you
comes to
can't get a trip for free, you guys. That's
you
what
can't
she's
get a trip
saying.
for free, no. But if we're
Yeah.
coaching together, then and you're
Hmm.
like, well, this is what my capacity is, then I have flexibility with the payment plan. I have flexibility with this. If you can do it all in one go, then I'm going to give you
Hmm.
dessert. I'm going to give you a
Hmm.
bonus of some kind.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, if you pay in full, you're going to get dessert. I'm just going to keep saying that. And that was, I really love that analogy. And so finding a way to keep that person in the
Hmm.
loop because you don't want them to feel like pushed away or anything. So that's how you can get
Yeah.
them to be recurring.
Yeah. Got it.
And I know I'm talking about
Retention.
coaching, but it's only because that's the thing that's fresh in my head and I can't give the examples of like really
But you
video
got, I mean,
casted.
like let's be real about it. The podcasting is one thing, but we're also working on our own side stuff going on. And you are a coach. Like, so this is how you're relating to it. When you
Yeah.
hear it, it's not just about the podcast, but it's also like, oh, hot damn, I've got this going on in my life. on who my career stuff going on. So I mean, I don't mind you talking about that because that is why we're doing this podcast is to talk about our shit and our stuff and like
Exactly.
put it out there and
Yeah.
like the synergy of how that builds. Please, please. That's like that is the juice, the secret sauce. Like, wait, what do you got going on in your personal life? You're a travel coach. You're a psychic travel coach. Like, what?
I said so much
That's
shit too.
exciting.
I went from talking about coaching to the video
The
cast, and then I
conversation's
talked
good.
about
Thank you, Kim.
retreats, and
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck does Ronnie do?
Yeah,
Guess
but that
what?
exactly.
Everyone will
That's
find
what
out.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
I also like the fact that you are using it to illustrate how what this whole Enneagram stuff is all about and mapping it because yeah, it's relatable because I know this about you and your travel business. So I can visualize like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what that means. In the terms of a video cast and retention and stuff like that,
Right.
I'm automatically doing the currency exchange in my head of what that means. And what that means is basically people listen, but then what else do we have for them? Like what other,
I
and so like, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like Chris Corsini just came up. And
Interesting. Hmm.
what he does is you can pay for something like if it's like a I think like a workshop that's like heavy duty and there's an exchange, right? Britain even talks about the
Hmm.
exchange. And I like
Yeah,
that. I want to
right.
dive more into the idea of exchanges as opposed to investments or paying a fee. There's an exchange of energy of some kind.
Hmm.
And even in
Hmm.
bartering that happens. So with Chris,
Yeah.
what he does is you can donate $1, $3, $11, $88, whatever it is, and that goes to him being able to sustain the website, to sustain um
Yeah.
his physical brick and mortar business.
Right.
And then he wrote a book. But when you give, then he gives you and you get this meditation, you get this insight, you get these things. Um, and when you show up, in order for you to keep coming back, he keeps
Hmm.
giving you more juice, more
Like
tidbits,
a drug
more
dealer.
gifts, more
Yeah.
things, and then you come back. And then you
I
want to give
do.
back to him.
Yeah, I do like that model. I like the model of being donation based.
Hmm.
And yeah, um, yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
I want you to know the drink that I'm drinking is disgusting, by the way.
How are you drinking it? What is it though? I want to know.
I put so I might be a little I'm
Uh,
not that high.
a little, a little. After
I
you make the
put
high
a
face,
tiny because I
after
had
you
so
make
much
the
to
face.
do. I had so much stuff to get done
Oh,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah. What does it
microdose.
taste like? Tastes like
And
skunk.
it's not that that tastes
Like it,
gross. No, it's not that
okay.
that maybe it is because it's a piece of chocolate that I got
Uh-huh.
in California. So
Of course.
and then
White guy named name.
I
Yeah.
threw it in there with
Uh-huh.
a black tea bag. But the thing is then I decided to
Oh,
go do things. And so it
I'm
sat for
already
like
feeling weird about this combination. Go ahead.
10 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, that's going to be bitter. Let me sweeten it up with dark cocoa powder
No, that's just
with
bitter.
a touch of
That's not
maple syrup because you shouldn't have so much sugar in the morning. And
maple.
then
Ooh,
because
that's an interesting flavor combo already.
I don't know what I was doing. I've been
Girl,
putting
because you
cocoa powder
high.
in a lot of things with maple
Uh-huh.
syrup and it's been working out. But the thing is, it's
Cocoa
like
powder and maple syrup, fine. Cocoa powder and skunk chocolate and blackberry is what you said?
just
Blackberry
black
tea?
tea.
Oh, black tea.
It's just
Oh, well,
bitter on
that's just
bitter
bitter
on
on bitter on bitter
bitter.
on bitter. Yeah,
But
exactly. No
also,
wonder.
I just see it as a cup of medicine, right?
It is a spell. It is a brew. It is a spell. And
It just needs
how
more
you
maple
react to
syrup.
it. Oh boy.
But I feel guilty about putting too much sugar
Yeah,
sugar
saga.
into it.
Saga.
All right.
Sometimes pure sugar is the actual remedy for the thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes the poison is the medicine, just in the
Well,
quantity
this
that you
tastes like,
use.
no, I can't say that because water holds memory and is powerful and has magic. And you're delicious
Yeah,
and
you
you're
better speak to
amazing.
that nice. Yeah.
And I
You're
think I
bitter, but you
made
do the
you
job.
because I didn't poop today.
Oh,
And maybe
dun
you'll
dun
help me with
dun.
the
Okay,
high
then
caffeine
yeah,
and
then
all the
that's what
bitterness
it
and the
is. Relief, relief,
release. I've been releasing.
relief
I feel like
tea.
I've also been
Yeah,
releasing like enough. I need a break. Okay.
I know. Yeah,
On so many levels.
future descendant is appreciative of past descendant. This beverage is my cold brew. I made coffee yesterday.
Yeah.
I only do instant coffee at home. I don't do the drips anymore. That was COVID me when I had all that time. And uh, almond milk, almond milk. This, and then I frappéed it with ice. And then I was like,
Mm.
oh, this is so much. I can't even finish it. It was like two of these. And so I left one for today and then just did it as iced coffee with almond milk. And my God, past Jacinda needs a round of applause because future Jacinda is, or present Jacinda now. And I really appreciate
Exactly.
this beverage. Hmm.
You are also semi-retired. So for
Yeah,
you to say that was
semi-retired.
2020, Jacinda, when she had so much time.
COVID Jacinda had so much time. Retired Jacinda is not COVID Jacinda. COVID Jacinda is like everything shut down. I just better invest in just being at home and finding my wonderland here.
Okay.
Retired Jacinda is like nothing is shut down
You're right.
and
It's
I got shit
different.
to do and I've got a life and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I could never retire because then I wouldn't do anything. Bitch,
I would be so busy.
yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it. My mind can think of 100 things. First of all, I love my house. I mean, my house isn't great. It's not like perfect stuff. I love my house in the sense that like it's got all my toys here and it's like I can play with all of them all the time. And I also love the idea that like because of this free time, I can go out and do all these like projects and stuff that I want to
Yeah.
do, like invest in myself and health and all that junk,
Yeah.
and then just like yeah, enjoy time with my partner. So, anyways, go ahead.
I love
We were
that.
talking
Did you
about
go?
yeah, exactly.
I've never seen you do that, by the way.
Oh, really? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
isn't a therapy
wow.
session, but I'm like, we'll talk about that on another call.
I know. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Let's get back to this.
Okay. So from
Oh,
8, we go to 5, and that
eight
is
to five.
action. So what we have so far is 0/9
I
is
thought six was action. Is five is action?
6 is active.
Ugh. Thanks. Get it right.
The action is intercourse.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. If we're talking about a
6
seed, we're
is
talking
the
about
sperm.
inseminating. Five is insemination, if it makes you feel different
Yes.
about it. But
Okay.
insemination sounds very passive. It sounds like you're on a
Yeah.
table with your legs up, and then like a
Yeah.
doctor is putting a turkey baster in you.
Well, I
Five
can give
sounds
a business
juicier.
example. I can give a
Yeah, the
business
five.
example instead of
Oh,
like
I see what
doing
you're
it.
saying.
Like I could give a so
Yeah.
selling. Let's see if I can read my handwriting. Selling.
Okay.
Oh, the action. So it's like saying the selling makes me feel successful, and it's
Um,
being out of your mind and going into the market. So the action is the selling.
okay.
And she even put emphasis on this, which I really loved because, I don't see selling in the
Mm-hmm.
way other people do. Like,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
always like, oh, selling feels gross, it feels manipulative. Like, for anyone who's still watching, like, think about what are the 3 words that come to mind when you hear the word sales?
Mm,
And for me, it was more of a visualization because you know me. And it was
yeah.
like a very overweight white man whose shirt doesn't fully tuck into his pants, and he's
Mm-hmm.
going door to door selling broken fax machines. That
Oh,
was
wow.
sales to me, but other people will just
Mm-hmm.
have specific words. So
Yeah, I have a car
I,
salesman. When somebody says salesman, I think of a car salesman, and ain't nobody like a car salesman.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of manipulation techniques
yeah.
that are dishonest, and knowing the
And you
car
don't feel
sales
safe.
industry. Yeah, and the idea is he's not safe. Like
Yeah,
I gendered it. He is selling. because his job's on the line. If he doesn't get the quota, he doesn't get paid,
Yeah.
or eventually he gets fired because that's really the job of cars. Yeah.
And that ties back to something again that Onami said around how men think smaller and women think bigger. And I think because, you know, it's a man's world, the patriarchy, this is how you sell, they're thinking so
Yeah.
small.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And women, and I'm gendering it because
Yeah.
I cannot in this sort of like description because there are
You're speaking from a
humans
gendered perspective.
who,
Yeah.
yeah, there are humans who have womb spaces that were born, one gender and shift into another gender, but they still hold that power, that bigness. And
Yeah. I okay. That Rage Becomes Her, the book that I'm reading.
yes,
We'll leave that link too. Yeah, as if it needs one. It's super famous anyways. But
yeah.
Rage Becomes Her. It was in the introduction, I think, and it said something to the effect about oh man, what were you just saying now? I just lost that train of thought. Dang it. Um, what did you just say? Okay, we've got to cut this thing out because now I've just completely lost it. But
No, no,
how
no. What I just said,
oh the brain,
go ahead.
okay, it's oh man, the idea about guys being focused, needing to be challenged and all this stuff like that. And all of this thinking does definitely happen when you're a baby, but that wasn't the point that, and it doesn't happen because that's how all babies think. It happens because that's how people treat babies. Even when they're babies, we start treating them differently.
Right.
When they express fussiness and stuff like that, it's if it's a girl, it's like, oh, she's sad. She's upset in a really like emotional way. And when a boy is fussy, it's like, oh, he's angry, he's
Yeah.
upset. And but that wasn't the point. So maybe the point will come in later. Go
I'm
ahead and
sure it
continue on
will.
with your thought.
No, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just the idea of like how many women I work with as a coach
Mm-hmm.
who are so afraid of selling because
Mm-hmm.
they're getting it from like the perspective of a man, and women weren't really claiming their power. Like they were, but
Mm-hmm.
really going into the workforce and having to do this work, it was all men, 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 men. And then
Mm-hmm.
like that whole span, and then women, oh my God, I feel like I'm comparing it to slavery. Like slavery, freedom. And
Yeah.
was there even freedom? So
Mm-hmm.
it feels like the same with the genders, like man, 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 and then women able to have their own credit card and bank account and like vote and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
the way so it makes sense to me why sales is such a tricky thing for folks. So in this case, again,
Mm-hmm.
it's the guy who's launching the coaching business. It's how to get out of your mind and now get into it. Start taking action, start promoting, start selling, start doing that. And I've always seen it from a spiritual point. So my teacher, Jessie Johnson, she was my coach and my teacher for such a long time. And then she taught spiritual sales. And it took me two
Oh, that's
years to
interesting.
get comfortable with it because the whole
Yeah.
point of sales is to help someone get to the truth of what they really
Mm-hmm.
want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about selling and to get that person to book because
Mm-hmm.
then they resent you. They don't feel good. You don't feel good because then if you're working with
Yeah.
them, that's a shit experience. And then they resent you and they're like, this bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
so the whole point of spiritual sales for my definition is to help
Mm-hmm.
someone get to the truth of what it is that they
Uh-huh.
want. And Onami said that,
Interesting. I
not in
like
those
that.
words.
I
She
didn't know
said, "Listen,
that. Mm-hmm.
guys, really quickly, because it's a free class. It's 1 hour." She's like, "I can't go into every depth of everything," but she said, "Sales is spiritual. Period." And then even when she said that, I can see how it's spiritual in the sense of like it took me 2 years after learning like the mythology behind spiritual sales, asking the right questions. It took me
Yeah.
2 years to get comfortable with it. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, so then I had a few more practice calls. I had a few more by 2021. like shit just
Mhm.
lifted and started moving, and I started selling my everything that my travel business was offering. And it was because
Yeah.
I had nothing to lose. I had been practicing it
Mhm.
at that point for 2 years. 2020, we know does didn't we could say right now in this moment didn't exist, but it did exist. We're not going to erase our experiences from that, but in terms of
Mhm.
time. So that's what the action part is of the Enneagram. You got
Mhm.
it? Any questions?
I got it.
All right.
Nope.
So
We're good.
number now then we go to seven.
Hmm.
Seven is the presentation. So now we're going back to food. How beautiful was the experience? Like she asks here, how do we surprise and delight? This is for the audience. And then I thought about single thread.
Mhm.
Like the Michelin, three Michelin star restaurant. They also had like three clovers for like their sustainability, whatever. Like it's the most high end, whatever. And the single thread, the concept is uh the food, like the single thread of like from farm to table, but everything is within because it's in Healdsburg, California.
Mhm.
So like Napa country, whatever. And before there were two or three different experiences because their first location, I think they ended up moving. I can't remember. Or they redesigned. And then the other time was during 2020, it was COVID, and they did an outdoor
Mhm.
experience. And with single thread, the first experience, we got there early, and they
Mhm.
have you sit at the rooftop
Okay.
before your reservation. You sit at the
Mhm.
rooftop overlooking the, like, I think it was their farm. You have a specialty cocktail. They have some things up there. It wasn't like fully fleshed out because they were like relatively ish new, I think. And then
Yeah.
they bring you back downstairs and then they introduce you to the kitchen. And the kitchen staff would say hello, greet you, and then you go sit down. You've already pre-ordered, like you told them your allergies
Mhm.
already. You know, if you're doing the wine service, my ex always did the wine or
Mhm.
sake tasting, all that, the liquors, and then I would do the tea and juices.
Ooh,
Um,
cool.
and because we're gonna share anyway. And I'm like, juice.
Yeah.
I love juice and tea. Give me that
I
over
know.
like,
When do people give you juices to share? Come on.
I
I
know,
mean,
like,
for the
and it's
example, like a
like
plate of juices. Yeah,
paired with
exactly.
it's
Mhm.
paired with your food. So I
Or
had
tea.
like 7 to 10 different juices and teas, and he had, I think, like
Yeah.
6 or 7 like wines and sakes and etc. So then
Yeah.
we're having this experience, but the experience also, the table, when you get there, it's a landscape, like a
Mhm.
literal landscape of moss and
Ooh,
flowers and things at your table. And then there's like
nice.
a little scallop plate sitting
Uh-huh.
in the bush of like with your
You
little
have to search for it. Yeah.
amuse bouche, right?
Mhm.
And then you
Mhm.
take that and then you eat it, and it's like, oh my God. And your partner, they sit you in a way so that whatever's on this side is your side, whatever's on this side is your side. Don't fucking share.
Oh,
Yeah, and for
wow.
allergy reasons. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have to reiterate that I was allergic to
Mhm.
anything because they, as soon as we sat down at the table, they go, and for you,
They
ma'am,
already know.
and like, how they know it's me? I didn't tell them anything. They just knew it was me who had the
Mhm.
allergy. And
Mhm.
then they like, sir. And maybe because in the form we had to put the name of the person, but how'd they know I was Ronnie? I mean, clearly he looked like a whatever his name is, like Mike. Just say Mike right
They
now,
did
right?
their,
I don't
yeah,
look like a Mike.
right.
I must be Ronnie.
Yeah.
So
So I will tell, yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if I need to tell you, but you know that they search social. Once you give them their name and everything else, they search your information and they have a person who looks you up, looks up anything that you've posted, any websites you have associated with you, and they have your picture, your name, your background.
How
Like
do you
they're
know
doing
this?
cyber
Do you just
stalking.
know this?
I know this because I watched The Bear. But
Oh,
yeah,
right.
if they have, but not just the bear, there's other like people, like actual restaurants and stuff like that that I've been watching on YouTube, and they're like, no, verified. That's exactly what
Oh,
happens. They
wow.
cyber
Okay.
when it's that high end, they cyber stalk you so that they know you before
It's
you walk
super
in the
high end.
door.
Even their
Mhm.
hotel, they only have 6 rooms and it's like $1,600 a night, and breakfast, a Japanese
Mhm.
breakfast is included. But
Yeah.
and you can get a reservation, a guaranteed reservation at the restaurant if you book. But of course not a guaranteed lunch dinner. So anyway, so yeah, so we did that and then we go through the courses. The juices, the teas are amazing. And then at
Yeah.
the end, we you get a handwritten letter that is inserted into a long like paper, beautiful paper folder that has the
Mm-hmm.
menu and the juices and the teas that you had, and they give you like a little packet of seeds. I forgot what
Mm-hmm.
the thing of seeds said, but it's some kind of like leaf. I think like a sesame leaf, a perilla leaf, I think maybe. Seed, and then you leave, and just on the way out, people are greeting you on the way out. They're thanking you so much, and it's like, oh my God, what an experience. And then it's like, how
Yeah.
do they do that at a new location during 2020? Because
Mm-hmm.
we would go for our birthday because both of our birthdays were in August. So it would be
Oh.
like, we're celebrating him for this, we're celebrating me for this one, we're celebrating him, we're celebrating both of us. It was like that kind of thing. And then for COVID, it was outdoors on top of a hill. And like, well, we don't have the rooftop anymore. So let's take you down, golf cart you down to a lake to wait with like a glass of something. And we're sitting there watching like the sun almost set because then we're at the bottom of the hill. So by the time we get up, the sun's setting again. So it's like watching
Nice.
two
Double sunset.
sunsets, being at the
Yeah.
lake, and when everything's ready, we get escorted up there. And the
Yeah.
the chef, his name's Kyle. The chef
Uh-huh.
would and his wife, I think they would both stand there and greet people as they
Oh.
showed up. And of course, we were the first people because we like I guess booked late, or we were like, ah, the
Yeah.
drive is so fucking long. The dinner is like 10 hours. So like, can we do like
Uh-huh.
a 5 p.m.? We'll take your earliest one. And also because of that, we had a very strategic table that was much further away from everyone else, but also how many people get to have the lake experience. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
all of that. So that comes down to
Mm-hmm.
presentation because in the
Mm-hmm.
presentation, like here, it's like the surprises, the delights, that
Mm-hmm.
appreciation for
Mm-hmm.
that experience, um and then the retention. We're not doing it in that order. We're going to go back to one, but if you look at it the way this way, then it's the retention and you can see how that works. Because if you're at two
Mm-hmm.
and you're thinking about eight, when it comes together, you're going in the order of how it's
Order.
meant to go because you've thought about
Yeah.
all those
Right,
different
right,
things.
right. Okay.
So then from
Cool.
seven, presentation, you go back to intention. I don't know. I might have to
Hmm.
watch part two. So something like that. But uh
What? Seven,
it
eight,
does
nine. Yeah, because we end at nine, right?
yeah. And then that's
Yeah.
that's when you've
So
given birth to the
intention.
thing, it's complete, and then you start all
Mhm.
over.
Oh, maybe the whole idea about presentation, how beautiful was it? And then did that fulfill the intention? Did
Oh,
their
okay.
experience
I mean, that
fulfill the
makes
intention? That
sense.
makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So
Okay. Yeah.
then you have the intention. If you actually
Hmm.
now we figured all that out. We've done the research. Now we started with our
Hmm.
intention. Now we have our tools.
Hmm.
And then this whole thing we could use for the passive, like what other ways can we make our intention happen through these tools? So like
Hmm.
if it's Mighty Networks, if it's Patreon, if it's uh I don't know, school with a K, one of those things. And then, you know what? I feel like the owners of
Yeah.
Single Thread would love this shit because they're super gothy and punky and punk rock.
Oh
Anyway,
my God, totally.
I'm making
That would be
notes of
cool.
who we want to tag in this, by the way, because I want to give
Oh, good.
credit to all of these
Yeah.
teachers, and I
Yeah.
put single thread because I love food. It's gonna happen.
Because you
Some
have, yeah,
restaurant is gonna get tagged in our videos. So, and then
generously
we go to
tagged.
the
Yeah.
limitations and capacity, but because we have the tools already, we know how
Hmm.
to deal with them. And then it's
Hmm.
taking the action, and then it's
Hmm.
the active, letting the sperm come to us.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sounded.
I
And
think you're going to
then,
have to do work around that. I feel like there's so many visceral fluid things that are an important part of
well,
like the matriarchy. They're the important part of like witchcraft.
yeah.
And I feel like witches that are grossed out by the visceral,
Yeah.
there is work to do there
What?
because that being grossed out by those things is very white. It's very white. It's very colonial. It's very like, oh, we don't touch that. That's poopy dirty.
Well,
That
no.
no brown or black person that like came from the original continent, it like thinks that way. That is totally a
Yeah.
white, refined, elitist. Like,
Unless you're
no, we
Asian,
have
East
people to deal with
Asian
that.
too. East Asian, South Asian, mad conservative.
No, no, no,
You
no,
can
no.
speak to
Wrong,
it and
wrong,
I
wrong.
can speak to it. No?
Yeah, I will speak to the idea that Asian culture is very much about analyzing your poop, talking about poop, burping and farting
I
in
love talking
public.
about poop.
And yeah, we do.
Oh,
We
I
see.
hear.
So the
Okay,
idea,
okay.
yeah,
I
without
can talk
making the literal
about
sound.
I can talk
Yeah.
about poop and diarrhea because it's not
Uh-huh.
sexy.
Yeah. And
That's
then
why.
that's true. There is a
Yeah.
sexual conservacy that runs through a lot of these cultures because of the misogyny. So if it's just the sex fluids, which I know it isn't just the sex fluids with you, but if it is talking about sexual fluids and sexual activity that causes like a reaction, that there's work to do
You're
there. That's data.
1000% right because I could talk about vomit.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
someone's into
Can you
that,
talk
that's
about
on you.
vomiting in someone's mouth as a
I
kink,
don't
though? I know it's so hard. I can't spit in somebody's mouth as a kink. I can
I
spit
want
on them, but
yeah.
not in their mouth. There's like
I
I have boundaries, but
I
yeah.
have to tell you, one of the biggest reasons why I WhatsApped you the link to Mami Onami's live was because she said
Yeah.
pussy juices five like thousand times. I was like, oh,
Oh,
Jacinda
and
would
you thought
love
of me.
this. And then
Just
there was a
yeah, exactly. I
and
know
then there
somebody
was
who
a
loves
part
pussy Jesus.
and then there was
That
a part
that's
where
true.
she said, okay, we're at time, but I gotta tickle your pussy more. And I was just like, excuse me? And she goes, I can't just like slip it in. And I was like, oh,
That's true.
Jacinda
You
would love
shouldn't.
this right now.
This is yeah. She's like she should be. Why isn't she listening? This is totally up her
But
alley.
what's funny if
That's
it's
so
just me and
true.
no one's watching my reactions, but if
You're
someone is
fine.
there witnessing me, it's
Mhm.
like, don't witness me hearing these words or saying these words. Listen, I don't have
Data
time
collection.
to
Hmm.
go into this therapy session right now.
No, this is
Actually, I
not a
do. I
therapy
have
session.
all
This
the
is
time in
not
the
the
world.
podcast.
I have all the
I
time in the
know.
world.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. Actually, I don't. I do
I can
have to.
make a
I promised Erica
frappe.
we would still.
I have all the time. I can make a frappe.
I know.
Um,
No, I have no. Because my life is busy, my Mars is on Mars right now. So the whole idea is, or Mars is on my Mars, because that's how I feel about it. The universe is on my ass right now. Okay, I'm not on the universe's ass. Anyways, I promised Eric that we would go get water. So I do want
you
to
have
hard
to go
out
get
at like
water.
12:30.
That is
We
fine.
gotta go get water.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, we should have ended this call 23 minutes ago, but
Mhm.
this is how this goes. So
Yeah, I
anytime
love it.
we are going to have a new project or something that we have
Okay.
there's a launch of some kind or whatever, I would love
Yeah.
for us to do this. And even
Okay.
in this and sharing this information with folks so that they could also witness what looks like because I feel like I haven't had a template. And also templates can
Hmm.
suck because they don't work for everybody. So that's why when I love
Yeah.
that both of us, so everyone who's
Yes.
watching, both Jacinda and I were like, why aren't we recording like the process of this? We're all about the process. And the whole thing about this too is like, where did
Yeah.
you start? We want to talk to people about their origin stories. We want to talk to people about their magic. When did they discover their magic? So like it makes sense for us to start off this way so you could see the process of all of this because also within the process in the conversations between Jacinda and I, there's always lessons, there's always magic, there's always something to be reflected. And I mean,
Mm.
I'm pretty positive she agrees that there's really important stuff that we're sharing between us that is really important for others to know and hear about. And kind of like, again, another reference from Mami Onami today. There's just so many perfect examples. Was she asked this guy a question and he worked it out verbally and then
Yeah.
succinct what the thing was. And she goes like she didn't say this, but I feel like she like that's dry. I'm dry now. Everything
Yes.
you
That's a
said
definitely.
was the bigness, how women
Hmm.
move through ideas. And then he went, okay, so I'm gonna do this and put this here. And
Hmm.
that was like, and then she pointed that out. And she goes, so I'm not going to use that. We're going to use
Hmm.
this and we're going to
Hmm.
throw this away. Because, like, what the fuck was
Hmm.
that?
Yeah.
So, if we were to ever repeat any of this information, you're going to get dry.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's called friction, baby. It's like you do the same thing too many times and
Yeah.
it starts hurting. It starts hurting your genitals.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that. I love the whole analogy. What I'm kind of taking from all of this, and this is just my recap of it, is that this is a way, a model, not the model, because I never like the idea that there's only one.
Right.
I like that this is a model or a template of spiritual business process. So how, yeah, okay, I'll just leave it at that. People get what I'm
Where's the emojis?
talking about. Where's the
I
emojis?
forgot we're on
Hold
Zoom.
on. I know. Yeah, exactly. Mm, thank you. All right.
Mhm.
Yay. I'm gonna clap myself. Wait,
Great. So
where's
then
the
that's
clap?
our homework. Oh shit. I like that. I hate the heart one. It's too warm and squishy. And I'm like, now, if you really love me,
Right.
then use it. If you're like, that was cute, then give me like a little.
I mean, if there's something heart like related, like of course, but it's
But
like
that felt
heart
like
doesn't
a
go for everything.
celebration,
Don't.
and I liked it.
Mhm.
Okay, so we
Yay!
have
Cool.
homework.
Yeah, I love this.
This,
Got it. I wrote
and then
it all down. If you want to send it to me, that's fine. Or take
yeah, I'll
a
take a
picture and send
photo.
that to me.
I'll take a photo
Hmm.
of this too. Good luck reading it. Um,
Yeah, take a photo of that one for sure, because that one holds like the real magic.
do
The
you
the other
need
one is
that?
you and me. I
Circle is time.
I think I'm gonna be okay without
Okay,
that
cool. So I'll
one.
send these to
Yeah.
you.
Ugh.
And then you know
Mhm.
what? Whenever we upload this video, because we need to
Yeah,
create
yeah,
that, this
yeah,
can be part of like we could use Blue Sky or Instagram, and
yeah.
that's how we can
Yes.
share these things too.
I love that idea. I think that's
Cool.
great. We do have tools. In fact, I feel like I'll tell this to you in Telegram, but
Yeah.
we actually have some of this stuff already, like a lot in some of these areas,
I'm so
and
happy that you
almost
said that.
nothing. Good,
Yeah.
yeah, and almost nothing or very little or very lean in other areas.
Yeah.
So we've got like
So then
it's not
the
going to be
ocean,
uphill. Mhm.
sorry, the notion, sorry, for
Oh, the
interrupting you.
notion.
The notion will be updated. And I
Okay,
think then that's where we'll put like intention, limitations, capacity. We'll do it in that order of the
okay,
Enneagram. Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Cool.
I like that. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's how I wrote it on my notes
I
too.
love you, girl.
I love you
Have
too,
fun on
honey
your water
Cheema.
adventure.
Thanks.
Tell Eric I say hi and
Bye.
bye.
I will. He loves you so much. I will. Okay. Bye.